Hi y'all, it's Annelies, and it's been ages since I've sat in front of the camera like this and just kind of talked to y'all. And considering the state of the world right now and all the things that have recently happened and how probably like both of our lives have completely flipped upside down, I figured that this would be as good as a time as any to kind of do a little bit of a life update. So if you're interested in me and what's going on in my neck of the woods, go ahead and grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink, and go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, before I get into this like personal update, I did want to do a little bit of like a YouTube update too, because that is a big part of my life. It's where my brain goes all the time. So I just wanted to do like a quick YouTube update. And I feel like 2020 was like gonna be my year with YouTube. Like I was on my game. I have like this bullet journal, which I've been bullet journaling and it's been great, but it's not journaling, it's different. Google bullet journaling, but don't search it on YouTube because it will ruin your recommendations. Anywho, this notebook, I have so many things about YouTube, my ideas, and an upload schedule that I've successfully made for the first time in my entire YouTube career, and it's been great. And then March of 2020 happened and the world imploded, and here we are. So when it comes to YouTube and like this time right now specifically, I kind of let myself go, okay, March, let's like strike it from the record. It's fine. Like I'm just moving on with it. That's fine. And April, I want to like get back into the stride, especially for the fact that like we all are kind of been forced into this space where we have a lot of free time. Because if you are not able to work or you can't work or your job is shut down, or like me, you lost your job, there's a lot of free time and places aren't hiring. So how can we make the best of our free time? And with that, I am trying to do many things like clean out my freaking computer. And that involves editing one of the 30 projects I have in my editing software from videos that I filmed like over a year ago. The oldest video I think I have is from January of 2019. That's over a year old, but it's like a really fun video that it just takes a long time to edit. I'm not sure if you're aware, but it takes literally so long to edit. So pretty much what I'm getting at is I have a lot of videos that I filmed in the past when things that were now closed were open, and when things were different. There were not social distancing guidelines, there were not shelter-in-place orders from our governments. Things were different. So with that being said, I just want to say as this little disclaimer that I'm not going to put in the beginning of my videos because I'm just not going to do that. If you see something on my channel in the near future or in the late future and you just kind of go,
that doesn't seem like it was possible, or she should have done that during this time,
take a moment to think and assume I probably did not. No, not probably, I definitely did not film it during this time. I have a lot of things backlogged. If there's a video from Disneyland that comes out on my channel, Disneyland's closed. So, yes, I broke into Disneyland to film a video. No, I didn't break into Disneyland. You get what I mean? Let's just all have common sense here, and I hope you all have better faith in me that I am a good person that would adhere to these guidelines. I do want to create a lot of content with this time, so hopefully I'll be like making a lot of things, being able to make some fun stuff. We are all like stuck inside, and there's people who turn to YouTube for like entertainment and escaping the situation that they're in. The goal of my videos has always been to entertain, educate, or provide enjoyment to somebody who is watching. And my hope is that I can make all those things happen during this time where people just want a little break from reality. Moving on, now it's time for like a little life update. What I've been doing, what my last 3 weeks involved, how I'm staying sane, how I'm staying positive or productive or whatever it may be, and like maybe where my future is heading, where my brain is going. I don't know. The future is very unknown for a lot of people right now. So let's start with the last 3 weeks. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you've probably seen 2 different videos from me, like blast it all over my social media because I just want everybody to see it because it's something I'm really passionate about, which is the suspension of the Disney College program. If you haven't watched those videos, I would really appreciate it if you did, but let me give you the like 1-sentence version. I worked for Disney as a college program participant. They ended the college program. They gave us 4 days to move out. I don't have a job. That wasn't 1 sentence, but that was the quickest, most concise way I could explain that. Of course, go watch the videos to fully understand. But yeah, so I was given 4 days to say, hey, figure out a place to live and get the heck out. You also don't have a job anymore. there are positives from it. Obviously, they said that they were going to be paying their Disneyland employees and Disney World and anybody who was involved in the shutdown till the end of March, and they did uphold that end of the bargain for us college program people. So I did receive my final week of paycheck and then also weeks that I was scheduled. So I'm really grateful for that. And I have money to kind of sit on right now and get food and pay bills with for the time being. Obviously, that's not gonna last me forever. You don't make a lot, but you know what I mean. I'm definitely grateful for that. When it came to having to move out, wasn't grateful that I got 4 days notice to get all my shit out of my apartment. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to anybody who posted online or who responded to me or said, hey, like, do you need a couch to sleep on? Do you need a floor to sleep on? My friend's got a extra bed. Like, there are so many people who reached out to me with support when not only my world was flipping upside down, but I bet yours was too. And the fact that I was on anybody's mind during this time of crisis, like, means so much to me. Like, it means a lot. And you really learn about what great people, or not learn because I knew I had great people in my life, but times like these shine a really big spotlight on those great people. So I'm thankful. And if you're somebody who offered me a place to stay or did work for me of, hey, I heard about this listing, or I heard about this person who needs a roommate, like, it means the world. Like, yeah, I was just overwhelmed. So thank you. And one of my dear friends, Ilana, if you saw, I posted on Instagram and kind of explained the story, but essentially I was texting her about this whole situation because, you know, she's one of my best friends. Love you, Ilana. Telling her that, hey, Disney gave us 4 days to move out. And she said, you're staying here. It wasn't even a question. And luckily, Ilana lived really close to me. She's got great roommates. And by some weird twist of fate, she had an empty bed for me to sleep in. So I was able to go there instead of coming home to Sacramento, where my elderly mother and the daycare kids that she watches live. I feel so bad when I say my elderly mother because my mom's not old. She just is, she's gained years of wisdom, but she is in all seriousness, she is in a compromised group of people as well as children who could get COVID-19. And knowing that I was working 2 days before I got the announcement that I had to move out, around coworkers, around guests, around just the world, I was so terrified that I might have it. And I really wanted to quarantine myself. I didn't have the money for a hotel room. Couch surfing isn't necessarily a great option. And knowing that Ilana and all her roommates were also about to get into their own like quarantine, that made me feel really safe. And they were so nice and they were so welcoming. And I was able to stay there for the last 2 weeks and make sure I hit that 14-day mark to know that I was safe to come home to my mom, which is where I'm at now. I'll get to that in a second. Living with Ilana was great because, like I said, she's one of my best friends, but also it was kind of a real nice moment to be able to start this weird transition of the world that we're in and what like the new normal is with friends. And we were all kind of in that weird new normal together, and we made our routine of watching Love Island every night at 8:30, and good gravy. I love that show. I have not watched the American version. This is the UK version. We watched season 4 because we just dove in the middle. I miss Love Island nights because I haven't had it since I got back home, but Love Island is insane. Anyway, we were just doing everything we could to keep each other sane. We were doing photo shoots on the top of the parking garage. We were playing tons of Animal Crossing. That's all I'll say. Tons of Animal Crossing. I was knitting. I've got this project that I've been working on. It was a really great time with Ilana, and I was so thankful to have her and her roommates be able to take me in. And once I hit the 14-day mark, the next day, I hopped in my car, packed up some things like my office chair and my belongings, like my pillows and blankets and that little white shelving thing over there, and drove myself back to Sacramento to an empty bedroom. Because, folks, okay. If y'all didn't know, I went to school at UC Irvine, which is in Orange County. I wanted to end up there. That is where I want to live for my days. I'm an actor. That is like an ideal spot to live in, but I also love Orange County and like Southern California. Anyhoozle, I went to Florida to do the college program, came back, got accepted to this college program, and this was my big scheme. I was gonna do the college program, and while I was in the college program, I was gonna get another job, and then potentially move out of those apartments, and before my time was up at Disney, I was already gonna have another job and a place to live. Ha ha ha. Screw you, coronavirus. So, there's a little bit of a wrench in my plan. And it was funny, like, funny, not haha funny, that the week I was going to go introduce myself to all these places I applied to in order to try to get a second job was the week that everything hit the fan. That was just delightful, but I digress. When I came back from Florida to California, knowing that I wanted to move to Southern California, my mom and I had this idea of like, let's pack up everything as if I'm moving into an apartment straight away in Southern California. Because why would I want to make that 8-hour drive again when I was already making it once? How about we tag on a trailer, put my stuff in storage, because Disney housing gives you furniture and stuff. And then once I'm out of there, I've got all my stuff already down in Southern California and I don't have to take the time off of work to come back and move, you know what I mean? So it made sense. It was the best decision at the time. However, the big F you from the universe that is right now is it's just comical. I don't like, you gotta laugh, because if you don't laugh, you cry. At least that's how it is for me. So this bed here, I don't know if you can tell, but it's an air mattress because I don't have a bed here. All my stuff is still in storage. It didn't make sense to me to, one, somehow get a hold of somebody to help me move all my things back into a trailer, get my trailer, hook it onto my car, drive down here, and then move it back into my, like, it just, the logistics of it all did not make sense. And so I knew that it was best for me to leave everything there. By some chance of fate, I also left my desk here because I was originally gonna get rid of it and we just didn't sell it yet or take it apart. And so it's still standing, so I still have a desk, which is great because my desk has always been like my home, like the place where I feel like that's my space, you know? Of course you have your room, but like my desk. So the fact that I have my desk, I just got my office chair out of storage. I've got like a few things on my like technology things. Like I said, that white little drawers over there so I can put my socks in something. I've got a closet, so it's weird because my room looks like my room, but at the same time it doesn't. And I'm just also thankful that there's a couple of things going on in my life in the sense that my room was just here. It was empty and I had a desk in it, but it was here. So even if I didn't have the money to get an air mattress, like I've got a couch that I was sleeping on, which was not comfortable the first couple nights, but it's something, and I could sleep on the floor if I needed to. My mom has an essential job that right now, knock on wood, this continues to happen, but she is still working and she's keeping our home very safe, and also the parents of our daycare are keeping this environment very safe, and we're doing what we can. The way I see it right now is, of course you can think about the future and try to prepare for, well, what if, but at the same time, just to take the time to be thankful for what you've currently got going on and kind of playing the, well, when that bridge comes, we'll cross it. You know, I have savings in my bank account for the first time in my entire life, and I'm grateful for that too. So where I'm at currently, I'm safe. I have a roof over my head. We have food in the kitchen, and I'm grateful. When it comes to like things that have been, you know, keeping me busy, if I will, have been staying sane. I've been reading. I've got like all my books out of storage, which I'm literally so glad I did when I did it. But I've got like 10 books up there that I've been wanting to read, that I've started some of them, and now it's time to finish those freaking books. Like I said, I've been knitting. I started another project because nothing matters anymore. I've got my games on my Switch. I've got my videos to edit. I have the Disney College Program videos that I've been working on recently, and that's been taking up a lot of my time too. Doing interviews, making a survey, doing research. I like had to look up like laws, and I now know if you ever find a law and it has the S with like a 0 in the middle of it, that means section in legalese, because I now know that because of how much research I did for those videos. So that was consuming like a lot of my brain power, and now that those are over, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I have a lot of ideas for videos that I want to make, and just trying not to do them all in one day because I was so tempted, like, okay, I've got my light set up, how about I do this video and this video, and that's just dumb. I'm gonna be here for a while, Annelies. Give yourself the time. I have my piano here too, because yeah, I did take my piano out of storage and brought it here because I haven't been able to play my piano in months. It's a keyboard, it's not a big piano, but you get what I mean. I've also been trying to do like language learning. Duolingo is great because it's fun. You get points, there's a leaderboard, and then you only do it for like 30 minutes a day and boom, you got yourself some language learning. I'm also using it to keep up on my language that I learned in high school, French, and like get better with it. Like I've like tested out things, and then I'm realizing what I'm forgetting and what's merging with the other language. So it's a real good time. But like Duolingo is a great resource. Another thing that I did want to share that I love is this app called Sloth, which you are not gonna be able to, ooh, you can see it a little bit. So pretty much what it gives you is, it's like a to-do list, but that has times associated to it. So I have like editing photos, reading, working on my bullet journal, editing this one video, and you create a to-do list and you associate like amount of time with it, because it's around the idea of time batching, if you've ever heard of that. Pretty much the concept is, if you give yourself all day to do a task, you will take all day to do the task. task. However, if you go, I'm gonna do this task for 25 minutes, which apparently is like the golden sweet spot of time to give yourself, then you'll be more productive in that amount of time. So I create this to-do list with all these time, you press play, it starts the timer, and then when you're done, just listen to this. Oh my gosh, and then it gives you like a word of affirmation like congratulations or keep up the hard work, and it's just a really good time. Time batching, I feel like, kind of gives me a little bit of a schedule to do. A to-do list, even if it's something as easy as taking a shower, creating to-do lists for me have been really successful in keeping my mind from going bonkers. And I'm really grateful because I definitely consider myself somebody who adapts to change really easily. I've never been one to say I hate change or I don't like change. I actually kind of enjoy change. So all this going on right now, I mean, we're only in week 3, but I feel like I'm adapting pretty well so far, and I hope you guys are staying sane during all this. But like, I really recommend checking out Sloth. It's free on at least the iOS app store. I don't know if it's on Android, but it's a really cool app, and it just kind of helps me have some sort of, not necessarily routine, but a schedule, you know? Okay, and I guess like the last thing is like, what's to the future for me? What do I want in the future? So many things. Ideally, I want to end up back in Southern California. A lot of people have asked me, would I go back to Disney? A job is a job. And if it's something that keeps the roof over my head and the food on the table, I'll do it. Are there other adventures I would like to go to more? Yes, but I would be grateful for whatever opportunity came my way. If that doesn't explain it for you there, I do not know how to lay it out for you any nicer. Otherwise, right now, I'm planning on staying home here in Sacramento until things start to have a sense of normalcy. And when it's kind of hard to say because you can't say like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna move back to Southern California because I don't have a job right now. I do not have enough in savings to be able to live off of months until I get a job. Who's hiring? Nobody's hiring right now. So there's a lot of layers there, but I've had a couple of different options. My ideal option would be to move to Southern California and go back to my old job, but at a location down there and not at Disney like my old job. Then another like ideal scenario would be, well, I could just go back to my old job at my old location here, work here, and like live here, and then save up the money to move again. There's a lot going on in my brain, and honestly, we don't really know what's going on because there's so many things up in the air with the world, so I can't really predict the future. I can try to make plans, and I'm a type of person who likes to have a plan A, B, C, and D, and then an E plan just in case. So I'm working on my plan C and D, and just so I have my options and I don't get stuck in one way, and then when things go wrong, because the world has just been happening all over the, like, it's just, you know, the world's been happening in a way that nobody wants it to be happening. So you just gotta kind of expect the unexpected, and yeah, I'm just trying to take it day by day like we all are. So I think that is it for my little life update here. I just wanted to say again, thank you so much to anybody who has reached out to me with support over this like really tough time, because my world flipped upside down, but I can only imagine that yours did too. And it just is really gracious to anybody who's reached out to me. So thank you. If you're somebody who is struggling being indoors right now and you need somebody to talk to, like obviously if you know me personally, text me, message me on Instagram, comment down below. I'd love to be there in a way of support for you as much as I can, because I know it's a really tough time for all of us. And the thing that's gonna get us through this is like human connection with like all of our friends and stuff. So I'd like to be a resource to you in the way that so many people were such a wonderful support resource to me. Otherwise, subscribe to my channel if you're new. As of filming this, literally at midnight, like 12:30 last night, I hit 2,000 subscribers, which is just, thank you. Thank you to everybody who supported me over all the years and over all this time, and I'm very grateful. So 2,000, that's it. Put 2,000 people in a room, dude. You can't even fit 2,000 people in some auditoriums. And that's how many people are subscribed to my channel. Give this video a like if you liked it. It lets me know that you like videos like this where I'm sitting down just kind of chatting. Maybe you'll be seeing more of these videos come out in the future with all this time I have on my hands. All my social media links are down in the description. As always, I have a podcast and a Patreon, so feel free to check that out. Otherwise, that is it for me. Stay beautiful, have a marvelous day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!